one here. A little bit more. The speak.
Keep speaking.
Keep
Yeah.
talking.
Hello. Hello.
I'm gonna take some photos while you guys are some live action shots here. Keep
All
talking.
right, I'm here.
We are here for the benefit of Mr. Kite.
All right.
How's that?
Hello.
How's this? A lot better.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
See how this sounds. Too low or too high?
Excuse me.
I'm good. Okay.
All right.
Hello, goodbye.
Hello. Goodbye. You say hello. And I say goodbye.
Yeah. All right.
I say hello. You say goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Right.
I was like, you say goodbye and I say hello. That's it.
Yeah. They're all going to talk at different
potato.
times. Lori will probably be the main one, and then they'll probably, as need be, rotate. So just have to make sure. Speak.
Lori is the den mother.
The den mother,
The cat herder.
the cat herder. That's the better.
Chief cook and bottle washer.
That's yeah.
Herder.
I am
Okay.
the cat herder.
You have a lot of cats.
I wish I had cats. No, my husband is not a cat guy.
Oh.
No, we can have dogs.
He misses them.
You have a dog?
Only because
Yes,
they're
I do.
fast and they get out of the way.
Yes. There's something weird about my husband. I don't know what it is with cats. He just does not do them.
Well,
That's
weird.
not a cat.
All right.
I get that.
Yep.
I had a hamster.
Did you hear it?
What do you say?
He understands my husband. All right. Well, I'm glad he's not here today.
Just let me know, Brad. Oh.
Start rolling if you want.
Yeah. Let's start rolling.
Keep going.
Welcome to the podcast.
Give me 1 second. I didn't have the music either.
Okay.
Oh, we have music.
So we're not playing today, huh?
We're gonna do one sing along with Rick on the guitar.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we gonna sing?
What are we gonna say?
All right, we're ready?
No,
Okay.
I was thinking either Three Little Birds or the Arthur song.
Okay.
Welcome to the podcast today. This is a special edition of the podcast. We're also doing a live stream on the Voices for Voices Facebook page for those out there in Northeast Ohio, around the United States, or potentially around the world. It's a special edition because today our guest is the band, some of the band members of RockAbility. So we're going to learn a lot about what RockAbility is, how it started, and then the connection to our upcoming Voices for Voices charity event coming up on October 12th, and their performance there. So first off, we're just gonna go around, really, do kind of introductions, so we know who all we have, and especially for those watching on live stream. So we can maybe start with you, Lori.
Great. I am Lori Weber. I came up with the idea for RockAbility maybe about a year ago. We started actually in December, getting going, December of 2021, and our very first rehearsals began in January of 2022. We'll talk more about the beginnings later on, but why don't we introduce everybody else?
Yeah.
So,
I am Melissa, and I've been with RockAbility since March.
what do you play, Melissa?
And I play flute and rhythm.
Fantastic.
I'm Nathaniel, and I've been with RockAbility for quite a while now. I'm not really sure how long, but I'm a keyboard player, and I also play acoustic piano, so
All right. Thanks for joining us.
no problem.
I'm Jenny. I'm the lead singer. I can also play acoustic piano, and I've been RockAbility since day one, since Lori brought it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then Rick.
Hi, I'm Rick Sokol. I play the guitar. I'm a mentor musician in the group. I got involved. I've known Lori for several years playing music at gigs, and when she told me about the idea and was looking for mentor musicians, I said, I'm in. It's a great thing, and it's been very rewarding, and I enjoy doing it.
Great. Thanks for that introduction for everybody. And so, for those listening, those on live stream, you've heard me talking about Voices for Voices, what we are, what we try to bring to the community, and Rockability is one of those foundational pieces. So my other brand, the House of You, having that strong foundation is key to anything, and having the opportunity to do that, to whatever that is, if it's playing an instrument, if it's do sign language, if it's doing art, whatever that is, give any individual that opportunity and give them in turn that voice. So that's the connection to Rockability, giving anybody the opportunity to play music, to get up on stage, to sing, to play an instrument, to be seen by family, friends, members of the community, members that they have never met before. And so that's really the draw to Rockability from the Voices for Voices standpoint. And we'll bring that connection full circle after our musical performance of talking about the event and how anybody out there can help, can join us. We'd love to see October 12th. So let's get started. Lori, do you want to maybe get into a little bit of that beginnings?
Sure, absolutely. So I'm going to go back the beginning of last summer when I was at a softball game. It was a Special Olympics game, and I was there just watching, a member of the community just there watching. My husband happens to be an umpire, and actually I was really there to heckle him. That was the real purpose. But at one point, like before the games started, there was a military tie into this whole thing, and somebody called Jen out to sing the national anthem a cappella. And I didn't know Jen. I mean, I knew who you were. I had seen you in the community, but she and I had never had a real conversation other than a hello, how you doing?
Right.
All right. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear this beautiful voice belt out the national anthem on pitch, and I'm going, what the heck is that? I'm at a softball game for Special Olympics, and here is this excellent musical performance, and she didn't have a mic. All right, so she's just doing this. And I went up to her at that game, and I said, are you in the band? And she said, no. And that was the end of our conversation. But that day never left me, because right there, I knew that there were people like Jen out in the community who had talents that were being overlooked because of a label. And I thought, wow, what if we could give these people, what if I could find more people like this? Are they out there? What if I could find people in the community who like to play music who I've already worked with? I know people in the community, and all of the musicians that I have played with in the past just are, I don't know what happened to me. I got so lucky. They all have big hearts. They're all good people, and they're all solid musicians. And I thought, I wonder if I could even get 5 of them to agree to like practice and take some of these folks under their wings, to demonstrate good soft skills in action, to demonstrate this is how you work in a group, this is how a band comes together, this is how you tell somebody they're playing a wrong chord without telling them they're wrong. This is how you do it, and just like be a soothing presence and lead them. Like Rick had the expression, I think, like take somebody under your wing and make it happen. So I thought, I'm going to see who I can get. I ended up with a solid drummer. Who else? There's a whole bunch of people, and I know some people are sensitive about me sharing their names, so I'm not going to say everybody's name. But
You could say my name.
well, you're here today. We would hope we can.
Yeah.
And I found, I don't know, a handful of musicians, people who played drums, bongos, a flute player, ukulele players, and other singers, people who have done this since high school. Without him, we would not have had Rockability. He donated the drums, the original PA system. Metzabom and the Geauga County Board of Developmental Disabilities has given us space, and they have supported us since day one. And then, so many of the other mentor musicians. Steeple Drums has been a big help. A lot of other music stores. Anne Marie Wolf of Geauga Music Center. Also, she has donated so much equipment, has brought stuff in. Rick Sokol here, our guitarist, has done so much. I mean, what my expectations were and what the outpouring of support from the community was just blew me away. I mean, the kindest people are working on this project. And that, I would say, is 80% of the reason of our success, is we've got a very strong base of committed mentors. But then the guys in the band, our client musicians, they go home, they work on their material, and they show up at practice, binder in hand, microphone ready to go, having practiced her parts all week and ready to belt it out. And she does a fantastic job. Melissa comes, she works with Anne Marie, who's a flute teacher, as well as a mentor musician, and they practice their parts. They email each other what they're going to be doing, and Melissa shows up ready to go. Rick has befriended Joe, a wonderful young, I think he's like what, 21-year-old guitarist. And Joe has really, he's coming out of his shell and he's playing amazing. He's taking some solos and telling us what songs he's counting in. If it's Bare Naked Ladies, he owns that song. He's very happy to share that with everyone. Nathaniel, who can solo amazing. He is a very good blues piano player and is so fun to listen to, and has expanded his repertoire and is now doing some country songs and other material that was completely foreign to him, and is embracing it. As you see these connections between the mentors and the musicians.
I add something. I'm trying to learn how to read music actually classically, so I'm learning beginner pieces through a Russian piano teacher. And so if you put like one of those pieces, it's just the notes, and I'm able to just kind of play it, like say that's an A or a C, so I do know how to read music.
That's awesome.
Wow, that is awesome.
That's awesome. And these skills just keep growing. It's wonderful. We are so happy to have Nathaniel.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's kind of the background of the group and how we all came together. But one of the things I'd like to add is that we're not music teachers, with the exception of Anne Marie. We're not teaching anyone how to play an instrument. We're not teaching anybody how to become a vocalist. This has to be there for you to you have to audition to come with us. We are looking to start a non-performance track next year that would be open it, because of what you said just touched a resonating chord with me, and that is everybody needs to contribute, and when we lift up people and make them feel valued, that expands into their homes and into their families and into the larger community, and then everybody has a more fulfilled life, and everything just gets better. So.
Yeah, and I think part of the success of having donations and people having equipment and money and grants and that comes from people that are generous, that have a part in their heart that want to help, and maybe they can't do the instrument, can't play the instrument, can't sing, but they love music, and that's how they want to contribute. And I think giving people the opportunity, but then also to share what they have, their wealth, their equipment. So giving them that opportunity to do that, but that doesn't come without the awareness of the organization, that the organization exists, that the band exists. What have you found maybe has been maybe one of the toughest things of maybe awareness about rockabilly, things that we're all working on organizationally, individually on something. I'm just wondering if you'd be able to share, because I think that might help some of the people on live stream and that are going to listen to this in the very near future.
Mm-hmm. What has been the most challenging thing?
Yeah.
Is that the question? I think that answer is going to vary for everybody here, and I'd like to have some other inputs. But like for me, I think my most challenging piece is communication, I have to be extremely clear. I mean, we're working with people who have developmental disabilities. So we're talking Downs, the whole spectrum of people with Down syndrome. And so a lot of times I'm communicating with adults and their adult parents, you know. I'm communicating with people who have autism all over the spectrum. So some people might be, you know, I might be able to work with them directly. Other people I'm talking to their parents. So when I talk about, you know, we're changing the key of a song to better accommodate our vocalist, that means nothing to the parents. You know?
I was described to have had high functioning Asperger's, but I think that instead of saying that I'm on the spectrum, really, I'm just an eccentric person. I'm high energy, and you know,
You're a musician.
That describes all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody. Me.
Everybody. We're all on the spectrum. All of us.
Yes.
We're all-
I believe everybody is at some level. I truly believe that.
Doesn't
So-
matter who you are.
Why not, Rick? What do you think the biggest challenge is for this group?
Well, the newest challenge for me is I've come to the realization that when I'm playing in the rehearsals with the clients and even with other mentor musicians, you know, sometimes I start doing what I do in bands and I start getting ideas and I'll quietly play. And the other day, actually, one of the mentor musicians says, well, when Rick does that on the guitar, I was like, okay, wait a minute. I need to just remind myself to keep it very, very simple. And Jen caught me in check the other day. There's a song we do that has two little riffs, and I got them swapped. And as I was playing it, I realized I played the wrong one. But Jen was right on. You played the wrong riff, and you are so good. I know that you focus on the details, and it's nice to be able to listen to the client musicians and know that there's going to be a cue from you, because I know you have perfect pitch. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a great thing too.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
I think also, like Lori was saying, I think one of the challenges is getting people to understand what this is about. It is to help people, and you were talking about the value of performance. As someone who's been playing music for a long time, even when I'm not playing, see, like in Joe's parents, it just to see the look on their faces when they see how much this is meant to him, you know, it's just, it feels good to do something right. So,
You do lots of things right, Rick.
I picked up after the dogs today.
Ouch.
But, you know, I want to say, you were talking about all the people that have helped you. Now, I've been playing music with Lori for a while, and I've been to her house for rehearsals. I've met her husband, I've met all of her kids, and I've met her dog. If you look up family in the dictionary, the Weber family is the picture you will see. You emote pot, you have so much energy, and I think you motivate people to be better people, because you are always looking for the positive and the upside of stuff. And I think that's contagious, you know,
Thank you.
to help people want to do that and see what you do. You know,
I live with my daughter has autism, and I've been around it, and I've seen her peers, and I've seen and experienced. I mean, not every day is positive. I've seen the struggles of people who don't typically fit into the mold, but who have talents, and it is so easy to say you have to be like. Why can't you be like? Why can't you fit in? And I'm saying, no, it's not about making people fit in. It's about finding out how people belong and then creating that environment. Because as long as you're forcing somebody to fit into our world,
It doesn't work.
it doesn't work. It's
does
never
not.
gonna work. Go ahead, take it over.
It does not work to try to. You gotta. I mean, there's ways you gotta work around, because it doesn't. You gotta figure out something, but forcing people that you're just gonna create a disaster, and it ends up in meltdowns and makes it more difficult.
And
So-
then families are fighting, and then how do you think mom and dad feel when they go to work? You know, and
Yeah.
they are mad at themselves. And I've been there. I mean, I have been down this road, and at some point you have to say there's got to be a better way. What is it? What is it? And the thing that I have found that works the best
It's just life.
is art. the arts or sports
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
music and
Something to keep them active.
active, and it has to be meaningful for that person. Like for my daughter, the concept of punishments and rewards meant nothing. Nothing. I have 4 kids, and for one of them, it means nothing. Well, what do you do with that? How do you deal with that? So, just if we could encourage her with what means something to her,
Right.
it's her voice. Voices for voices. I mean, like what your organization is promoting. Go ahead.
I thought that Kara she's a drawing artist. She's a painter or something.
Mm-hmm.
So she's good at that too. And so I think she's just a very good artist across the board. With the ukulele and the drawing and the painting. I never saw any of her drawings, but he said, "Well, Kara's at home drawing today. She's not at Rockabilly."
Jim, what about you? What do you think about this whole project, and what has it meant to you?
Jeez. Okay, I'm not very good with words here, just so you know.
But she can sing.
Yeah, I can sing. But it's just opened up a whole big new world. I've always dreamed of singing in a band, just never had the opportunity to do so. Nor did I have any idea how to put one together. So, it's just been wonderful for me to be able to sing and perform in front of people and showcase my talents. Yeah.
And I'd like to come back to be on stage. That's something that I haven't really talked about. But Rick nailed it. I mean, it's one thing to practice at home, and everybody practices at home. Everybody does that. We all do our homework. But there's nothing like the adrenaline rush of getting on stage and nailing it. And let me tell you, special needs or no special needs, when we are on stage, and Justin, you've heard us.
Yeah.
We don't suck.
Yeah.
We are a very good band.
Yeah.
We are a very good band.
Especially with the songs like "Have You Ever Seen the Rain" and songs like that. I think I like that song because I can really play the chords pretty well. And kind of the lyrics make the most sense out of some of the other songs. Like I get OBD, OBDA, but like I don't know what they're trying to say, and Desmond, and
it's just a story.
I know.
Yeah, a couple
Paul
getting together.
McCartney tells the story. I
having kids.
saw an interview with him on YouTube.
Yeah.
And they were in the islands somewhere, I forget which island, and one of the local guys he would see him, and Paul would say, "How you doing?" He'd say, "Oh, obladi, oblada, life goes on, brah," so...
Yeah.
And Paul just liked that, and he just made a song about it. He liked the guy
I did not know that.
But have you ever seen the? I guess the lyrics make sense to you because basically they're trying to say like, "Have you ever seen the rain?" I would like to. I kind of understood the song like what they're like yesterday and day before time. Rain is hard. I know it's been coming. It's kind of like the hardness of the rain.
I think every song has you can relate your own meaning. I never knew the meaning of that song until I spent too much time on YouTube. A lot of these songs are newer songs and I don't know them. I have to go to YouTube and all these other things pop up. So I look at there's an interview with John Fogerty, and he's talked about that song. That song he wrote it about the imminent ending of Creedence Clearwater Revival, and if you listen to the words again, you can kind of hear how he's talking about the internal breakdown of that. I saw him talk about it in an interview.
Well, I thought a lot of those Creedence Clearwater Revival songs were kind of about the Vietnam War.
A couple of them were
in a way. Even Have You Ever Seen the Rain? Fortunate Son, and just kind of just talking about the hardships of soldiers and at the time, and death and politics. That's a rolling. I mean, they say like about the Kennedys and everything. It just seems like gibberish, but sometimes, but but it's actually a hardcore song. And it kind of look at all this crap that's happening right now, and there's still stuff happening in the world, and you know, it's like, you know, I don't know why I'm saying something about like Russia or, you know, the Ukraine. It's like Vietnam, you know, it's like, you know, we're not in the war on terror anymore.
Well, rockabilly is a great distraction from a lot of these awful realities. I mean, we can all come together and work on something. Melissa, why don't you share what rockabilly has meant to you?
I was I did band all through high school. I was not very good, to be honest. But I always say that band is the only reason that got me through high school. And I have a lot of musicians now in my family, and watching them go to gigs and hearing them play, I never thought I'd be able to do that. I always enjoyed it and always thought it was really cool to watch them play on stage, but never thought I'd be able to be a part of something like that. And finding Lori this past spring has changed my life, and finding rockabilly and being a part of this has just been absolutely amazing.
Well, you are definitely a part of it, so just as much as everybody else.
Yep.
This for me, this is part of the reward, to hear you three tell your stories and to know that, to be a part of something that's helping people. So that's why all of your peers get on board and help you, because it feels good to do that.
It does feel good. It does. And you know, honestly, it's a little bit selfish for me because I genuinely like everybody in that room. On Wednesday, we rehearse on Wednesday nights. You know, we have an itinerary of all the stuff that we are going to go over. A lot of it is band meeting notes, you know, like this is what, you know, make sure you have these days open, potential upcoming gigs, who needs transportation, challenge. You want to talk about a challenge? I'll tell you a challenge. The majority of our clients don't drive.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Geauga County is it's huge. and getting people there, and it's not convenient for folks to get to places.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, for some of these faraway gigs, you know, I try to make sure that, you know, that with gas prices being what they are, we can give them folks gas cards, make sure that, you know, there's something in it for them that, you know, that's a challenge. That is a challenge all the time. But back to the selfish thing. I live for Wednesday evenings. I know that rehearsal is coming, and that means I better be practicing too. I got to practice what I preach. You know, show up knowing my stuff, and then we all. By the time we walk out of there, if something's kind of rough, obla-di obla-da, the first time we did it, a little shaky, but now we're playing it really well. Now, I mean, I think that's going to be a song that we'll be able to do maybe at your gig. You know, we'll hear that Beatles song. So. There's a lot of really cool, fun things to look forward to, and I think that's part of the appeal of rockabilly.
It doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't. It's just
except when
fun.
it gets a little bit later, maybe. Not that I get tired. I just I'm not speaking for myself. I see some people yawning. You know.
The focus.
Yeah.
Well, you know, 7 to 9 p.m.
7 to 9 p.m.
Worked all
gets
day.
Focus. 8:30, you can see some people's focus is starting to.
Yeah.
I wonder what's on their minds. You know, are they just gonna go to sleep or just you know, what do they want to do? Yeah.
Great. Before we get into our live performance, why don't we have Rick share with our listeners and our viewers? He came up with this the rockabilly acronym, and each letter means something and how it relates. So since he put it together, I thought maybe he could just share that with everyone.
I was just looking at the rockabilly, and I've seen other things where people have taken acronyms and done something with that. And one day when I had 10 minutes with nothing to do, I was looking at it and I thought, rockabilly, oh. And so I guess I just had a moment where I was able to think of things, and I wrote them down and emailed it off to Lori and said, what do you think of this? And she liked it and tweaked a couple things to make it, you know, more sensible. And then the next thing I knew, she sent me a picture of this. I said, well, can you take my name off it? She said, no. I said, well, okay. But I just think my hope is that when people look at it and understand what rockabilly is, just to get a better understanding. Because if you go to the website and you look at the goals and what they're, it's kind of the same thing. It's just kind of put into
Why don't you read your poem? You're
It's not
like,
okay.
Read it. It's
If you
very
want us
cool.
to each read a line, maybe that.
Well, yeah, and well, it's just the word rockability. R, realize you're important. O, obtain greater self-worth. C, challenge yourself. K, know your strengths. A, accomplish a new goal. B, bring awareness to others. I, inspire others. L, learn a new skill. I, increase your confidence. T, try something new. And Y,
You totally rock.
well, that's
Yeah.
something
Yeah, I like
that Lori always says. That's her
Yep.
catchphrase. You know, she always, when somebody gets something right, she walks around and gives high fives, and you rock. So that would be a great way to.
Very nice.
That
Yeah.
was very nice. Thank you for doing that, Rick. Completely unexpected that when I saw that in the mailbox, unfortunately, I did not have 10 minutes with nothing to do when that came through. And I thought, don't lose that. And then I forgot about it. And then the concert came. We did a 2-hour concert of all rock songs. And Rick shows up with 2 8.5 by 11s with this poem on it. And I thought, I need more than 2. I'm going to design it. I'm going to actually put a design to this. And so we made a poster out of it, and it hangs in our rehearsal space.
Well, I know once you plant an idea in Lori's mind, she runs with it. Whenever we were like rehearsing to learn new songs, playing gigs, every week this is my new favorite song. You know?
Oh, okay.
One thing I like is Lori and the band. They take all of our ideas when we come up, try to suggest new songs, and we may not always work, but we try to come up with ideas. And Lori and the other men are musicians are always very open to trying new things. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have some songs that people have brought up. We have a master spreadsheet with all the songs on it. We might not get to it now. It might not get to it next year, but who knows? Like down the road, if as new people come in and skills evolve, it's on the table as a favorite for something that we could do later. All genres are potentials that we would look at. It's whatever the guys want to do. We're listening to them.
I don't think we would do classical per se.
no.
Probably not, but we do have a classical piano player, Roberto Macaslan-Diepa, who was with us from the get-go. He was at our first meeting, and he's played all over the world and is just a phenomenal classical player. And we have another guy, Christopher Milo, who is a classical piano player and has played on cruise ships. And
I think that our member Carl is an excellent drummer. I mean, so is our other drummer,
Alex.
Alex.
Alex is awesome.
Yeah, but
Carl is awesome.
Carl's kind of in the background, and he's kind of like playing the bongos. And man, he's good. And he's good at the regular drums too, and everything, and just I mean, he's
And the Mershes, they're awesome.
Oh,
Fred and
yeah.
Kathy.
Yeah.
I mean, Kathy plays and sings like everything, and her husband Fred plays drums for us. And also a shout out to Julie Slattery. She is an excellent vocalist. Power pipes, and she's also a fantastic piano player.
Plug your band. The dueling.
Oh, you know what? She and I are in the Dueling Piano Dames. We bring the party if you ever want some dueling pianos. Rick, what's your band?
I'm in 2 bands. One's called the North Coast Goats. We're not real busy right now, but we do play every year at the Middle Bass Island Music Festival.
Ooh.
And then Fred and Kathy play in 2 bands, and I play in one of them, and that band is currently called Merch and Spice.
Plug their other band, In Cahoots.
Their other band is called In Cahoots, and they do play also. I think they might have a gig tonight somewhere.
Oh,
I can't remember where. I'm sorry, Fred, Kathy.
They're awesome. I mean,
they're just genuinely good people.
And that's why I think the magic of rockabilly. We've got genuinely good people in every position.
Mhm.
You know, it's awesome.
Great. So we're for our guests, we're going to head off and get the instruments tuned for a performance for those that are watching via live stream. You'll see us continue the podcast, with the performance coming at the end. Okay, so how about that performance? For those interested, like that music, like that sound, RockAbility is going to be performing one of their gigs is on October 12th in Canton, Ohio, at the Canton Cultural Center, starting anywhere between 7 and 7:30. The time is depends on when everything kind of gets put together. So there's been some verbiage at 7, some at 7:30. We're going to be ready at 7, and we're gonna go from there.
Can I mention something?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're not going to find it, but to find us, look up npowerservices.com. N like Nancy, POW, all one word, npowerservices.com is the website that has all the information on it. There's a page called RockAbility. And also, if you follow NPower Services on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, that's where you will find all the information about RockAbility. So you have to look up NPower Services.
And you should also promote that NPower has a few other services besides RockAbility that you should mention.
We have a free jogging and walking group, and we tour all over the parks of Northeast Ohio. We also have adaptive CrossFit. It's Chagrin Falls CrossFit, and you would not believe what these athletes have done in the last 6 months. They're amazing. They're amazing. They're amazing. Melissa's one of them. And then what else do? We have we place volunteers in the community, and Project Kindness. Project Kindness is my new baby, and that is something where unless people actually feel good about themselves, if they can not be kind to themselves, it's impossible for them to be kind to other people. So when we get together for Project Kindness activities, we do something that encourages self-kindness, and then we also do something that's nice for somebody else. So those are the other things that NPower Services does. RockAbility is one component of NPower Services. If people look up RockAbility, you're going to find Daryl Hall and John Oates. So and there's other things, but
You're making my dreams come true.
yes, that's a great song. So that's
Yeah, and so I think that's another important thing for our audience to know, that RockAbility is just one aspect, and so NPower takes a look at the whole person, the whole individual, not just on the music aspect, but looking at physical health and placement in the community. Those are all things that I don't care have a challenge, a disability or not. They're all things that could benefit us as individuals.
I just want to say, even though I don't exercise much, you don't see much of the CrossFit. Because, I believe that it's been hot enough where you sweat anyways. So I think I'm pretty healthy, in every part of myself and my body. I just want to say that, it's I find that my health is very important. I'm consistently taking supplements and powders that my mom gives me, and there's no doubt that, even though I like to eat or whatever, and that's just one aspect of it, but if you feel like, it's just, I don't need to eat all the time, but I'm definitely doing certain things that, I did have kidney stones, but I think that those are gone, and I just dealt with everything and threw it away.
all right. I think it's about time to start playing some music here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just want to say it's just a statement for overall sound, mind, and body.
Mind, body, and soul, kind of.
That's right. It all comes together.
The music.
Okay. So what are we about to?
So you have to imagine this with like drums, pianos,
Which song are we
flutes.
doing?
I think the easiest one would be Three Little Birds. Is that okay?
Yeah, let me get a guitar pick. It's not a finger pick.
That wasn't off topic, was it?
Or are you gonna go over the piano to the?
I can.
We'll hear it from
All right.
here.
All right.
Or the organ would sound good too.
It would.
Sorry, it's not a health podcast.
Yeah, you've got two hands.
Yeah. Okay. Give me an A chord right. Go ahead.
Definite chorus effect going on there, but.
Okay.
Okay.
He's gonna.
I just come in never.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone singing?
I am.
That one right there.
Don't worry.
Should we start from the beginning?
She can go sing from that
Yeah,
one right
there
there.
you go. That's probably you.
Okay.
Melissa, get in there. You should sing too. Everybody sings.
Uh,
Do you want me to play or should I
Yeah,
sing? I
yeah,
think
play.
like more singers would be better.
Okay. All right. We'll just imagine someone's going.
Yeah. I should have brought my chord or my. I should have brought my little one.
Just so it sounds a
I
little
just think
better.
more
than-
singers are going to be better. Are we using this mic?
I think Jen, who's the main singer, is going to use that one.
All right.
And then
So
right.
and then Nathaniel, face the mic a little bit more.
I can sing
We're
it
all
for you.
singing.
You playing?
We're gonna sing. I just need more singers.
Stand up.
Or
That's
maybe a
all.
little quicker.
Yeah, I thought that once I started.
We don't even
That's
realize
good.
to yell at.
Okay.
Okay. Are we all ready?
I'm ready.
Let me get in there and start recording again.
Thank you.
Yeah, just so they can hear the guitar and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's give him a couple seconds. He's just gonna hit some buttons.
Oh, look, the lava lamp is formed into sort of.
Okay, he just waved to us.
Okay. Ready?
Okay.
Ready?
We're good.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile at the rising sun. 3 little birds beside my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is our message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause everything's gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile in the rising sun. 3 little birds beside my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is our message to you. Singing, don't worry
Wow, great.
He goes, don't worry about a thing. He goes, worry about a thing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You know,
Or you
after
could
he
worry about everything.
I just want to add my own. Did my own.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no,
I don't worry about much.
That's all.
I don't worry about sleeping.
That's another good
but
song
I
we
just
could do.
go to
Don't worry,
sleep.
be happy.
Yeah.
That's another good song we could
Kira
do.
wants to do that.
Oh, she does.
She wants.
I
that
love
has been
that
in her-
song.
I do too. Yeah, she wants that Bobby McFerrin song. I know you'd love it, but it's a great ukulele song.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Did you want to do another one?
Do you want to do "Sing the Rain"? Want to do the CCR song since we talked about it?
Sure, let's see.
Someone told me why.
I don't have the lyrics with me, so I don't know that song
Can we
exactly.
find it on your phone?
That's true.
I have a phone.
Won't be as easy, but it's.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think once you start
That's-
singing it, I think.
Yeah.
That's the second riff, right? Did I give out a note? Is it on? Does it go from the B to the C or the D to the C?
That's how I play it.
Okay.
All right, so here are your lyrics, and Jen, you're just gonna have to scroll. It's kind of
I got it.
they're. I don't like this version. Hang on, let me see if I can get you something cleaner.
How did that happen?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This one's easier. This one's all. It's
Yeah,
out there.
there you go.
So you are gonna be the one who is kind of calling the shots, Jen. I'm gonna follow.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready whenever.
Let me just tweak the tuning here.
I think this is now going to be a dueling piano dames song. We're stealing stuff from Rockability. That's another added benefit of this band. Everyone's repertoire is increasing.
Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. It went over, so they say. It'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day. Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is hard. I know, been that way for all my time. Till forever on it goes, through the circle fast and slow. I know, it can't stop, I wonder. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day. Yeah, I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day. Okay.
All right, that was sweet.
That was the unplugged version. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Rick, I
And
am
the
glad
riff
you.
was still on.
It's good.
It was two D's inside.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Absolutely.
I didn't know what, you know.
So, Justin, can we do a shameless plug for an upcoming concert?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We just
Well, hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's about our holiday concert.
Yeah. I just want to make sure he has every,
Yeah.
because he changed.
No, I thought it would.
the-
Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Oh boy, I may have to use the restroom.
There's no E.
Oh, there's no E.
Right. Do 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 do
Oh, there's no E.
do. Bum bum. 2 D's. Or 2. I'm sorry. Okay. Why don't I just play it on the piano? Okay. Let's see. It was This was see if. No, it was
A below middle C.
That's the second riff.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I walk it down the first time and then up the second.
This is the second one. The first one is. The first one comes with the
Yeah,
E. Oh, is it B? B to C or G to C?
I go B to C. But it wouldn't matter.
Whatever you want. Works.
It'll fit.
Sounds
The
good all the
puzzle
way.
fits.
What about a bouncy C? A bouncy C.
Please.
Okay, so we are back from that performance. Fantastic. Thank you to the members of RockAbility here today in studio for that performance. It was great to hear. Unplugged or plugged, doesn't matter. It was fantastic. So as we close down this episode, I wanted to send it over to Lori here for a minute.
Just wanted to let everybody know we are going to be performing our holiday concert. This is our exciting new news. Berkshire High School just built a brand new, wonderful, state-of-the-art facility. It's got a killer auditorium, and we're going to be playing there on December the 10th at 7 o'clock. We're going to do an hour of rock songs that we're working on now, and we're adding holiday music. And one of our members just told me we need to add a Hanukkah song. So we are very inclusive.
Yeah.
So yes, we're
What about
we're
the
gonna do
Hanukkah
something.
song by Adam Sandler?
that's the one that came
Yeah.
to mind.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, he's written 4 different versions of that song.
Wow.
So mark your calendars.
Absolutely.
Saturday, December 10th, Berkshire Auditorium. That's in
At the
Burton,
high
Ohio.
school.
Yeah, it's at the high school. It's by the fairgrounds.
It's on Kent State Geauga campus, actually.
Okay. Yeah, so I wanted to give a big thank you today for the Funk Studio, who is kind of our home studio for the podcast. I want to give a huge thank you for the members of RockAbility coming in studio and playing and singing and talking. Hopefully we're able to share with more members of the community who they are, what they do, and potentially go check out upcoming performance. They are going to be joining the Voices for Voices 2022 Brand New Day charity event coming up on October 12th, and that is at the Canton Cultural Center for the Performing Arts. For anybody who is going to be in town, you can head on over to Eventbrite, type in a Brand New Day or Voices for Voices, or you can even just head over to Voices for voices.org, and you can purchase your tickets there. Again, Voices for Voices is now proudly a 501c3 charity, so all your donations are tax deductible, and is going to go to individuals here in the Northeast Ohio area who really could use the help. So before we go, anything else we can add, Lori, before?
Rock on. Rock on.
Great. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Justin.
Thank you for.
That was really fun.
That was a lot of
Thank
fun.
you
Good.
very
That
much.
was a lot of fun.
And we're on
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.